Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, Team Steam. See, I spoke too soon. I was just telling Ramon that all three dogs are down here sleeping, and now they're up barking. I spoke too soon, I tell ya. So, Casey got Granky. They just need to get Pedro Martinez back, and they'll be good to go.
Yeah, another. Hey, we'll probably make some money with them. I don't know.
Right? So, how are you?
Good morning, just great. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning steam for Tuesday with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm Ramon Scott. We're previewing the Tuesday sports betting card with NBA, NHL. Got a couple more games still, and also we'll preview some college basketball. We'll say hello to everybody in the chat. Mindy, today. Thanks for joining us here for our previews. And, well, let's take a look at who's with us today. At the top of the board, who was first? It was Latifa today. Hello to Latifa. So we're glad to have her. We're running out of hockey games fast.
Right.
And also, coming in, Rick, he nailed that game last night, and he crushed our hopes and dreams.
Right, since we were on that Blues team, getting the puck and a half. 24 seconds, Ramon. All comes down
Damon's
to
with us today. Is that Damon S? Let me know if that's you, Damon, or Damon. Welcome. Ron Hahn here today as well. Evan's with us today. He's already ready to make his picks.
That's right. Ready to go.
Ron's ready to smash and like. Scotch is here. Let's get those winners. Mindy, what happened yesterday? We went 5-5. We're off the leaderboard.
So I said it was so close. Like a couple points there, in that Virginia game, 24 seconds in the hockey game. We'd be there, Ramon. It's part of betting, though. It's why it's exciting. It's why we love to do it. The adrenaline junkies of sports.
Corday's here as well. Damon B is here, okay? And here, great to have you, Damon. And Rick is here as well. I think we said hi. So let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com, Mindy, and take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and who's on top from yesterday. It's me.
Who could it be?
6-1-1. I went. We talked yesterday. We said, well, we want to get our NBA going again. We want to do well with the NBA. That was the one thing that Team Steam was slipping on. College basketball's been very strong. NHL was strong. We're like, let's fix the NBA. So we did. We went 4-1, but we lost that hockey, and then we went 1-3 in college ball.
Yeah. And then, Baylor, they should have covered at the end. I don't know what they were thinking. Launching Steph Curry type threes there at the end. That was kind of an interesting game plan with about 30 seconds left to be launching them when you're down, I don't know, 3. Could have came in there, drove down the lane, put up a little, a little shot and kept it going. So, yeah, a little bit of bummer for the Team Steam right at the end of the night there.
Did anybody get on Texas Tech as high as 28-1 live in play last night? When they were down by 23 points, I'm like, oh, 28.
Did you think about it?
Well, maybe I'll show you a ticket later on.
Oh, okay.
Well, I liked Iowa State in the game, but that was a little bit too tempting to pass on. Just a great comeback by Texas Tech. They got their first conference win, and not a good job by Iowa State.
No, normally they play a lot better defense instead of allowing all those points. Yeah.
But we had some good winners there, and I went 3-0 in NCAA premiums. I had Oral Roberts yesterday. Many one game we agreed on. We both had the under in Alabama State and Florida A&M.
That's right. And you even, gave it almost away with the steam play that came in, the morning, because I already had it in at 128. And you're like, hey, you need to go ahead and get this in, folks, if you're going to get it. And by the skin of our teeth, we got it.
The Jackson State Southern game also? Is that that's the one where you did video. You did it on the show, and I made another video. And we hit that one as well. So we've got our Southwest Athletic Conference totals going. Certainly, I also had Howard as a premium pick yesterday in college ball, and I went 3-1 in NBA premium. So if you combine our team steam and my premiums, I went 7-1 in the NBA yesterday, and you had that winner. Sacramento and Minnesota under.
That's right.
Good job there. I had the Warriors and the Thunder over. My one loser was the Sixers, and that's what I'm talking, Mindy. When I was talking about Orlando, right? I mean, I tried to say, hey, man, they might make the playoffs, and they're probably going to fall short of that. I said that very early in the season when they had a very crummy record. And I'm like, watch out for Orlando. But we saw last night what they're capable of. They're just a young team that a lot of times are not able to. But, they've to go into Philadelphia and erase that huge deficit. I think that shows the type of team that they will become.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too, right? I mean, it's one of those, like, if they can, keep it together. I mean, they're scoring okay. Defensively, they're just not great. And it's one of those, like, maybe they're missing just, one key guy, maybe, another big or another forward. I think that might, help them out along the way here too. But I think they're getting it together. They cover a lot anyway, right?
Oh, for sure. That was one of my that was a loser for me yesterday. So, Philadelphia, they definitely, Embiid, he just looked very lackluster, especially once he had a little bit of foul trouble going. So, all right, well, that's kind of a look at some of what went on yesterday as we look at that handicapper leaderboard. Like I said, I was there on top. The VIP account went 2-0. Mindy, you were up there as well, as we said, with that 3-2 record with your winners yesterday. So you keep cranking out right now, up 2,100 units for the last 30 days. Combine that with our morning steam team units of 2,200 units. If you watch the show and subscribe to Mindy, you'd be up 4,300 units over the last 30 days. Would anybody take that? I'm sure they would. And I'm up there for the last 7 days, and our team steam is the hottest for it's exactly 30. So there it is. Look, it matches exactly. I think the programmers will be happy with that. It seems to be working. Tony.
Seems to be working.
Working pretty good right there. The numbers on the
it's the one down below that is still capturing the 2022 data.
Okay, and I'm wondering if we'll get if everybody's watching running 365 day still in the works.
Yeah, we're getting used to that. Or I mean, yeah, we're getting close to that, I believe.
Okay. I sometimes you guys are talking about it and you're talking all that data, and it's over my head a little bit. Okay, a little bit of steams come in within the last 5 minutes. We'll get rolling on the show, but this is a game that we're not previewing, so maybe we could pass along a little bit of actionable information. Clemson and Boston College taking steam to the over 136. I'm showing some 137s out there for a trendy Las Vegas book right now. So a little bit of move here this morning with some widely reported steam. Clemson and Boston College over. We'll preview 5 games on the college card when we get to it. We'll get rolling. Looks like everybody's in and ready to start previewing some games. And we need your help. We went 5-5 yesterday, so maybe we did. Yesterday, Mindy, I think there were a couple of games where we kind of went. I think we might have went against the chat, and we might have. Maybe it wasn't, because I know that my other video plays were not good. I know that. There's a lot of games, and I try to keep track of everything when we're doing all the videos, especially the ones that we split. Sometimes I write. I mean, I know what my pick is and yours is, but for our limited success yesterday with Team Steam, I know that my video plays were not too good. So, but no problem. You say, "Oh, well, look at me! I'm 6-1 with premium picks." So, I don't care about the video picks, but that's not the case. I mean, we get a lot of opportunities to make a lot of free picks. So, anything can happen. But I mean, I'm trying to put my best handicapping on, here on the show with you. So, and that shows with our
Sure.
team record. But nonetheless, let's pick some winners today and get the chat involved. I hope it's working here.
Yeah, it seems like it on my end. It's doing okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Timothy Sack. Tim's here.
Hey, Tim. Is that
Okay.
you?
Bo's here today. Hello to Bo. See James back for the last couple of days. Good to see him. Nathan says had that 5-teamer with the first half in that Iowa State
half points.
Tech game. So thanks, Butterscotch. Well, I don't know about that. You got to keep it going. It's just like a job, and you got to keep, turning profit at a job. But it does seem like, Mindy, for some reason, since we've been in this for about a year, the hotter we are, the more packages we sell. Go figure.
Yeah, I mean, there is a correlation between winning and selling. It works that way. No one wants to buy bad advice, Ramon. I mean, come on.
Well, let's hopefully give some free winning advice here to start off today. And again, if you miss any of the picks, you can always purchase them over at Tony'sPicks.com if you missed the show. And don't have time to go look at it on YouTube, you could always throw us a bone and subscribe to the picks over at Tony'sPicks.com, but use the promo code TonyT at checkout, save 20%. All right. Heat and the Cavaliers are going to start us off in the NBA. Mindy, I hope you like the NBA, even though it's only 5 games.
I don't.
And let's just move on to college basketball.
I don't. I thought for 5 games, I thought the matchups were close. A couple big spreads in there. For me, I thought today's card is actually kind of tough. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm just not kind of seeing it quite right. Maybe I have a divisional, playoff hangover. I don't know, but I'm kind of with Ron here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cavaliers here to win and to cover this one. Still putting up, 112 points. The Heat 109. I mean, both of these two teams here in the bottom 5 of scoring. I'm hoping eventually they kind of start to, pick this up here. Cavs 4-1 against the spread in the last 5, playing on a day's rest. 19-8-1 against the spread in their 28 home games. I think they can get it today. Going with the home team.
Yeah, and already mentioned also by Ron as he took the Cavaliers was that Jimmy Butler is questionable. And the fact that I think it's reflected certainly on the line. We always know that it is, but the move from 4 to 5.5 is certainly reflective of his possible non-participation. It feels like he might miss the game as well, and my instincts on it. But C-Spill, good morning to you. Welcome. Good to see you as always. And I want to agree with you here, Minnie, and get the day rolling with a home favorite here with the Cavaliers. I know we're laying a little bit of a hook here. We could have laid, I think, like I said, as low as 4, but that might not have been too available.
I never saw it.
The Butler situation was already out there. And, and you mentioned with these two teams, right? You see this, right? So it stands out like a sore thumb. You're like, look at this total. No total over the last few weeks, right, is as low as this, right? Even at 211.5, we know it opened to like 2 points less and has only been going up. So you're looking at, let me see, the public.
Yeah, it was 209 this morning. So yeah,
2/3 of the action apparently coming in on the over, and it's early enough that you don't necessarily think it's like a bunch of squares just going, oh gee, this total's way low. I mean, we know it's the Heat and the Cavs, so it's two teams that take their defense pretty seriously. But if you look,
averaging 220. So okay.
No doubt about it. I mean, I feel like over adjustment, and maybe handicappers do too, because of a 2-point early move like this. Again, the squares might come in and just say, oh, you got to automatically go over in this situation. But I don't know. I mean, these two teams are kind of a pretty steady under, no doubt about it. But the moves to the over, Ron says he is thinking under. Blake says Cavs and Cavs lay the point. We're laying the points, Minnie. More of an observation, I think, on the total, if anything. Like,
Right.
again, I mean, you think Cleveland, you think of their interior defense and their, a penchant to stay under the number. And Miami, of course, certainly 10 and 15, 10 and 16, 10 and 15 to the under on the road. And you see that low total, but maybe they're just getting a little bit carried away. Here, the steam came in on the over. TJ's on the Cavs as well. So we're on the Cavs to start us off here. At least we got some agreement today. Like that's what. When
Yeah.
we did when we did the college, I think we had some. That's where the it's like everyone's kind of all over the place, and we didn't do well. So
yeah.
NBA, we were good, and here we go. TJ on the Cavs. Good to see him. Okay, let's go. Mindy, a team you're following them very, very closely right now with the Lakers and going up against the Knicks. We saw yesterday the Lakers and their advanced strategy for this little back-to-back game set against the Nets, arresting their two stars, and they came all the way back against the Nets to take the lead. Hachimura, he looked everything that Tony's cracked him up to be. Brian was looking good. Even the other Lakers were looking good out. And then all of a sudden, they had to go to their next line, and then the Nets just came all the way back and scored like 14 points in a row and ended up crushing the Lakers.
I mean, getting outscored by 14 in the fourth. And again, I had the over total in that one. We kind of talked about that on the show a little bit. And again, just missed that one by, 3 points there too, to get that to go over when, they really struggled so much in the fourth. It was kind of, it was kind of hard to watch actually, and then also they're, not playing, very swift defense here either. So what is your take on LeBron and AD if they're going to play, Ramon?
No, I think it's a pattern that just is unavoidable at this point. They didn't play yesterday. They're ready to play today, even though they're on that injury list. And, it just feels like they will be in there. I don't think they're going to miss 2 games. So Blake says Knicks here, Corday, he's got them straight. He wants first quarter, first half, full game, all Knickerbockers. Terrell Riley, he's critical of the Lakers coaching situation.
I know, right? I mean, I think it's tough. Like I said, I think the Lakers here are just allowing too many points. I mean, there's so much of me that wants, to take them here, but still only 1-2 over their last 3. Still only putting up 112 a game. And, how you look at it, the Knicks are still outscoring them, playing better defense. So I'm going to take the Knicks here as well at home, -2.5. It's one of those, again, I kind of agree there, and maybe just take a money line scenario here in this one and not mess with any points.
Okay, well, if you want to exercise your editorial right and put us on the money line backstage, you could do that because I'll take the Knicks with you in this one as well, with LeBron, with AD in the lineup today. So probably wait on this one. I think that the line will move in the Lakers' favor or in the Knicks' favor, however you want to look at it. Mindy and I are going to have to lay
a little bit
3.5 points here.
Oh, is it 3.5 now? Well,
yeah,
it's starting to get too much on a money line. Then just have to probably deal with the points.
Okay, well that's fine too. But I'm sorry about that. I just
didn't that's okay. I mean, it's one of those, like, I don't like to go, playing 165, 175 odds on that. Right.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, when I see even a subtle move like that, it makes me want to think that those guys aren't going to play. But it does, like I said, I mean, they stayed off yesterday for a reason. That's the reason why I, went early on that game. So TJ says he wants Lakers very small. So Terrell, it's just a game you're going to have to wait on. So I think the thing is for Mindy and I, we're on the Knicks. We're going to be laying a bad number because we want to get that in there. But I do think that once those players are in there, and again, for those that are interested only in if they play and taking the Lakers, you're obviously going to want to try to gamble a little bit and play it now, or play a little bit of it now if you feel comfortable enough that they will play. Probably best to get it now, because once they are announced, the game I would think would move possibly to a pick 'em or so. Even though you'd think that it is factored into the line, that's something that necessarily is not. And you see it time and time again, the late movement once the official word comes out. But again, we sit here every day looking at this Lakers situation when they
Right.
play, when they don't. And it feels like they're not going to take 2 games off here. So, all right, looks like Ron says Knicks at home, prefer that. So Brandon the Great, good to have you here. So, okay, Mindy, we'll take the Knicks. That's tough, but that's just what we're going to have to do. And I never mind. Yeah, Blake says rethinking it. No, Blake, here's the thing. Blake, if you want the Knicks, even with AD and LeBron, I'm going to make it clear to everybody right now. Let's just wait. You guys all, Dave is not going to be with it. He's just Knicks stink. But actually they aren't horrible, especially as a favorite. I mean, they've been pretty okay. They've been just okay. But you're going to want to wait on this one until the official word comes out that those guys are in, and then we're playing the Knicks. Mindy and I are not. We're putting it in a bad line because we have to.
Part of the deal. We got to get it out to our.
But you know what? If you're watching this video at 30 or an hour before game time and they're already in the lineup, now
Right.
If not, then revert back to plan A, which is we still like the Knicks against all the Lakers subs. And who knows, by that time they could be laying 4 or 5 points if they rule those guys out. So Rodney says it's a TNT game, and that was just it. I mean, that's why, they're out yesterday and they're in today. Okay.
All right.
So we're on 2 of them, and then so once our players say, "Oh, look at this," they were laying 2.5, 3.5, and now they're
they'll be like, "Oh, look, we got the better of a number."
Hornets and the Bucks. Who can stop the Bucks? Mindy, they could be minus 20 points, and they'd probably cover at this point against anybody. But I don't know. You have a penchant for still taking interest in these dogs, and this team came in on the Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this one's, like I said, some of these are really tough because the Bucks right now, I mean, they're covering these massive spreads. They're also 20-5 at home against the spread with some of those massive spreads here. And it's one of those that it's tough because Hornets are 8-3 against the spread versus the Bucks. So it's like, what the heck do you do, right? I think I'm going to take the Hornets here. I'm going to take them plus 11. Don't love it, and I always have butterscotch in my head saying the Hornets defense is terrible in the fourth.
Well, here's Ron. He says he's willing to lay 11 TJ for 11 Scotch on Milwaukee. So I knew it was coming with Mindy. I knew the points would be too much for her to pass up. Dave says, Milwaukee.
I feel like I'm becoming predictable.
Butterscotch says Hornets worst team in the league. They are 15-12 against the spread on the road. Mindy.
Yeah, so, I know.
So they're above 500 and they're getting points. Of course, they are up against, like I said. But here's the thing about the Bucks. Ron Cheatham's here today. Good to see him. He says no Bucks.
Big Bucks, no Bucks, no wins.
Evans and Mindy, you want to look up the Bucks jerseys for tonight before we move on?
Oh, do we have the city jerseys on?
I would imagine. I don't know. I hope it's not those ones with the big buck on it, but I don't think it. I don't know if it is, but we'll see. Ron says they owe him a beat down. Tim Sackett says Cavs and Bucks on the parlay. Mindy is on the Hornets here, and you can already tell by my tone that I like the Bucks here, but. Again, we've seen some of these giveaways, and the Hornets. That's the one thing they do. They've covered some spreads as big dogs. I'm going to go over in this outrageous total now of it's up to 244. So you talk about no defense. That's the way I'll look. It's a free play. 244. Was all the way
They're
down.
boring. They're boring.
Okay, well, it does kind of look like the old, 1973 bucks or
Yeah, I
70
didn't have time to, read about it, what
bucks.
the deal is, who created it. But yeah.
So I'll go over 244. It was 239, so I'm not going to give it out as a premium at this point. So I'll just go over in my video play. We're going to have to pay a little bit of a tax here, as much as 5 points. Peter O'Reilly has a good option here. He says Bucks team total over. That's something I can get behind for sure. All right. And
I
maybe
don't love the play. Like, it's one of those, I feel like these were tough today. I'm like, man, this is like the hardest 5-game card of,
But
a long time.
look, I mean, I'm not trying to say, have your own confidence, but I mean, the Bucks did open 12 and at some places or 11 and a half. It's now 11. So,
But yeah, I mean, but geez, like you said, Bucks sometimes they cover like almost 20-point spreads. So
okay, the Clippers and the Bulls. The Clippers are 2.5, and the total is 220, 226. Wow, this one's down like 5 points so far. I get it. I mean, the Clippers stars will probably be in there, so you have to think defense, I guess. But it really seems like it's more like at home when the Clippers play all those unders. Paul George probable. Go ahead.
yeah, it's hard to get Leonard and George on the court at the same time here. And then it's one of those, like, I tend to worry a little bit about a Bulls back to back. Both teams here 1-1 over the last two. Clippers scoring 109 over the last 5, Bulls 112. It might be a little bit maybe why it's dropping some here. Bulls still rank 5th in field goal percentage, 48%. Clippers now are 18th, shooting at 47 here. Bulls 9-1-1 against the spread in the last 11. Oh, where are we at? Oh no, don't fade the Bulls today. I like them here. I'm taking the Bulls plus 2.5.
Yeah, and Evan says Clippers fizzling out. I don't know. I don't agree with that necessarily. I think the Clippers will have this way of finishing kind of strong and then choke in the playoffs when they might be in a role of a favorite. Here, as a road favorite, I don't like them here. I like the Bulls. I like the Bulls in this one. So I think Evan says I think he's with the Bulls on the money line. And I don't mind that at all. Even with, I like when Kawhi's in, I'm usually Bulls. I'm usually Clips, of course. But tonight, no, I'm on the Bulls here, plus the 2.5 points with Mindy to give us our third play. I don't know if the Clippers, we think of that defense, and I think this is a great spot for a bargain play for me. Might see this one on my card going up, especially off that high of 231. I get it. Maybe they, Kawhi's in there. I'm like that too, right? Every time at home, but not on the road. So
yeah, I was like, too bad we didn't get that early opening line there on the total.
no, I'm totally fine with it, Mindy. If you get my drift, I like the fact that it's gone down now.
Okay.
So I'm going to be against the market pushing this one down here. Probably going to be going the other way. Yeah.
Okay.
Ron can't trust the Bulls. Evan's talking about that total. So, but Nathan, okay. But Mindy, we're on the Bulls here, plus 2.5, giving us 4 home teams. 3 home teams so far on our.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, will Jokic have a triple double? That was the question in the chat. Denver here, Mindy, big favorite, -7, 234.
Oh, again, Denver just is winning 16 of 17 at home, 7-3 against the spread. Pelicans just can't do anything here as of late with, Zion out. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Nuggets here at home, -7. So we'll see how it works out. Pelicans are 3-1 versus spread versus the Nuggets on the road, but that's over the last 2. I think they've just been not being able to score much at all here as of late. Taking Denver.
No, they haven't. And, so here's Butterscotch, Denver at home. So Mindy hates the NBA card, which is bad news because I agree. I want
Maybe
Denver
that means I like it now.
4 games. Okay, we've got 4 games on the card that Mindy does not like. Lear Pants, is that you? Talking about James getting fouled there at the end of the game, but remember he traveled. He traveled on that
And they could have
play.
made free throws where it didn't matter.
Pelicans getting beat by everyone. Blake says Nuggets for me, and I'm on the Mindy. We got 4 games. They're all
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't, too scared of an 11 and a half point spread, we would have, swept it.
I don't know about that. All right, little ear pants. Hope you didn't mean to spell liar.
Probably was.
All right, we're on the Nuggets. Mindy, but here's the thing about that play. Actually, that was going to be a premium for me, but I can't now. If you like it, I want to give you some confidence. Maybe these other ones are
Confidence, that's what I need, yes.
Yeah, this one I love the Nuggets here actually. So
Okay.
Ron's asking about Jamal Murray, and his injury situation, and the line's gone down from like 8.5. He's questionable right now. We know Bi is in there. Certainly, he's upgraded to probable. McCollum is probable as well. So feels like Murray might play, but again, opened 8, even opened an 8.5. The big U.S. online book and now down to 7. So that is a little bit of worrisome, but let's take the Nuggets here. I like the Nuggets tonight. And I don't know, if you want to consider right now, Jokic tripled. I mean, he is. It was Luke. How about Luka last night? So that was insane. What he was doing out there. I don't. Did you watch Crunch Time, Mindy, yet or no?
No, I still didn't get it done.
No, you don't have to. No, I don't think Tony wanted me to watch it either. He wants me to watch every single game. All right, let's take a look. Daniel Tressel, hello, welcome. So, all right, there's our NBA 4 picks, Mindy. Okay.
All right.
Get to the college ball now. 5. Yeah, he was, Ron. He was definitely going at it there at the end. He even said it. All right, Mindy, we're going to look at 5 games. Let's go right to it. First one up here, ACC action with Virginia Tech and Miami. Miami is a 4-point favorite, and this total is up to 144.
Yeah, I'm going to go under the total here. Virginia Tech's defense of efficiency is pretty good, only allowing 65 points on defense on the road here. And then I look at Miami also holding opponents down to only 67 at home here. Hurricanes are also 6-1 to the under in the last 7 following a loss. Like the under 144, Ramon.
Well, you're getting a great price, no doubt about it, as it went up a little bit. So, let me take care of this. Sorry about that. Nice
Bye-bye.
to see you, Batman.
See you in 15.
All right. So, yeah, for me, Mindy, Miami of Florida is a very popular play here at Tony's Picks today, and I'm going to be on them as well. Seems like all of our staff is going to be on Miami of Florida. So I am too. Why am I going to buck these guys at this point? I already liked them. Looks like the Sharps are kind of on them as well. So I'm going to take Miami of Florida. And you're on the under and getting that good price, like I said. So it's gone up, no doubt about it. All right. Next up, Big Ten action with Indiana and Maryland here. And Maryland, the favorite, -3, 138.5.
Yeah, this one's already gone down as well. Started at about 140-ish. Now sitting at 138. Still going to take the under here in this one, 11-4. In the last 14 games overall, under 6-2 in the Hoosiers' last 8 versus a team with a winning record here as well. Going under the 138.
All right, we got us a play here together on the show right now with the under in Indiana and Maryland, despite the fact that, yeah, we've lost, looks like a couple of points here on this one. For me, it's kind of all about Maryland and the way they're playing right now. So they are 7-14 to the under this year. Indiana's been an over team, but the steam has come in on the under in this one. Zane says, watch out, look, Maryland. They're won 6 straight at home. So I don't know. I'm maybe torn a little bit on the side, but for me, I like the under in this one. I like this move. Look, we're not getting the best price, Mindy,
Right.
but we can only take the price that we can get here at this hour when we're together. So Nathan will be on the Terps here. So, all right, Mindy, we're on the under in this one. Indiana and Maryland. And next up, we have West Virginia going up against TCU. TCU is -2.5 and the total 144.
Well, I'm going to go under the total again here. 3 in a row for me. TCU's last 4 Tuesday games have been 4-0 to the under, 5-2 in the last 7 Tuesday games for West Virginia here as well. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, they've been playing a little bit better defense here as of late rather than their, on their offensive side. So yeah, going to take the under 144.
All right, Mindy's on the under here in West Virginia and TCU. Probably not going to get with you on this one. The two teams are combined 25-17 to the over this season, and West Virginia 5-2 to the over on the road. So I think I prefer the side. Again, here's another one where TCU is going to be a very popular play with Tony's Picks handicappers. I can already see it coming here, so I'm going to be on TCU. Butterscotch is on TCU. I'm on TCU. Other Tony's cappers might be on TCU. Let's take TCU here today. Listen to my peers. Nathan Cerna says TCU. He does like West Virginia at home, but that's what he means. He likes to take them when they are at home, but here on the road, probably doesn't like them as much. TCU at home, so. And Dave Z also says maybe that home court edge is where it's at. So West Virginia hasn't been terrible, 4-3 against the spread on the road. Blake says he would be willing to lay those points. TCU 12-9 ATS this season. West Virginia just 3-7 ATS in the last 10. I'm on TCU. Well, Mindy is on under in West Virginia and TCU. Back to the Big Ten with Northwestern and Iowa. Iowa here's 6.5, 149.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think Iowa probably wins this one at home, but I don't think they're going to cover 6.5 point spread here. Taking Northwestern now, the defense is pretty good. I mean, they're only allowing 62.3 points a game on the road. I'm going to take Northwestern here.
Okay, Mindy on Northwestern, and you talk about the Northwestern and their deep. They play these league games, these weeknight games. I mean, these Northwestern, they always seem to be low scoring to me. I mean, I know we're talking about Northwestern, so in general, you think about maybe low. So they are 8-11 to the under this year. They do trend to the over on the road, but God, it just seems like every time I'm watching these weeknight games with Northwestern, they never get to 150 points in this game. I mean, this should be a premium. This is a freemium here. I don't want to. I think Iowa might handle them, so I'm kind of against Mindy here. I don't want to do a challenge here when I like the over so strong. This would have been a premium. I mean, the under. Did I say under? So Zane says roll with Mindy here. Both teams have gone under. Sees the defense. Now, Mindy, make clear Mindy's on Northwestern. She might be on the under. She might be as
It could
giddy
have
as
been the
I
last,
am.
it could have been the last game there too, Ramon, perhaps.
Okay, so I mean, no problem. Mindy's good to get it as a whatever. But I don't want to say it like that. TJ with a comment about the game here. Nathan also looking maybe first half with Iowa minus the points there. It looks like and an under game. So I'll be all excited with my video play. You can do what you like, but yeah, I mean, just 150. I don't. I like this one a lot. I'm on the under.
You
And
should have
Mindy
worn your Iowa jersey, Ramon.
yeah, I could have worn my Iowa jersey. And Mindy's on Northwestern though, so yep. All right, let's try one more, Mindy. See if we can get another
All
game out
right,
of this.
cross our fingers here, and we'll
We
see.
have one, right? But that's
Yeah,
okay.
just one left.
Maybe that's after yesterday, we're like, college, we don't like you or something. Okay, so San Diego State. Okay, great. I lost it though. I
Your
lost
team,
it.
your team. Where'd they go?
Here we go. See, yeah, they're on the road here. I mean, they're not great against the money. They're really strong, but they're probably a little overrated considering their spread record. We'll point
Sure.
out, right?
Well, I like them today, Ramon. I like them. I like this San Diego State team.
I do
Only
too.
laying
But
a basket here. Basically. But yeah, I mean, they're just playing really nice defense as well. I mean, it kind of seems like that's been the theme of this whole card for me here. San Diego State on the road, holding opponents to 62 points a game in the last three. I'll take it. I like San Diego State here.
no, and maybe they're starting to turn the point again, turning the tide a little bit. They are starting to get the numbers a little bit all of a sudden now that they're kind of in conference and playing some important games. Nevada's a great, solid spread team this year right now. 7-2-1 against the spread at home. 13-7 overall against the spread. So San Diego State is not overwhelming. 8-12 against the spread on the road. Nathan Cerna. So, yeah, Mindy, I can't necessarily. I don't know. I don't necessarily. I'm gonna go against you guys today. I'm gonna take Nevada in this one there's the challenge. I hope the
Challenge Mindy versus Ramon grudge match.
it's not. I'm not holding back on the total either. I wasn't sure, especially like you said. I mean, San Diego State's defense is starting to play well again in conference. They certainly. I think they're so improved on offense from the previous editions that, and the reputation of San Diego State has always been defense. I think they are going to play enough defense to do some damage in the NCAA tournament. Uh, as a fan of this team, I'm rooting for. I think they might be able to actually get to the Sweet 16, and they will be almost a mini Cinderella, even though they're San Diego State. We've seen them. We've seen them get to that point on occasion. But I think because they're one of the most experienced teams in the country as well, I think that's what will kind of carry them a little bit. And I think they'll, end up short of where I always want them to be, but they might overachieve in the public's eye by the time they get there. Remember, after the six biggest conferences in college basketball, then comes the Mountain West. Right behind the ACC, if you go by the KP ranking. I think a lot of people might agree with that. Sure. And San Diego State first place right now in the conference, certainly. So, but I'll take Nevada plus the points just because they've been great at covering numbers, and San Diego State has not been so great. So, no comment there about the K-State game. I will tell you that it looks like I wasn't sure what to make of that, so it doesn't look like a request. We'll just leave it at that. Those are the points. Yep. No doubt about maybe Kansas still a little bit overrated. I don't know. We'll see. Good game tonight. All right, Mindy, we got some hockey games we want to cover here. We got just one agreement there in college basketball.
That's right. Just selecting winners. That's all we're doing.
3 games here. Is Latifa around? Because we're ready to roll here on this 3-game hockey card. And start with the Kings and the Hurricanes. pretty big favorite here. Again, more disrespect for the Kings. It seems to actually play pretty decent on the road, but still the Hurricanes 205, 6 under 15.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about a minus 203-ish for the Hurricanes. Kings, if you take them on the puck line, minus 150. So, still a bunch for me. I'm going to take a look at the total here. I'm going to go over 5-1 for the Hurricanes last 5 games here. Also 5-0 the Kings last 5 versus the Eastern Conference. Over 8-2 on Hurricanes playing on a 1 day's rest over the last 10 here. Also going over.
Okay. Yeah, I like the over as well. Wasn't real strong on it, but if you like it, I also like it. I kind of like the price there too. And, we know the Kings do play some over games, certainly when they are underdogs. They're 16-9 to the over as a dog, 15-11 to the over on the road. So I like the over in this one, and that's the way I'm gonna lean here. I wasn't necessarily at $2. I mean, I don't want to King's puck line isn't awful, by the way, at minus 145, I think. But let's take the over. I think that's a better solution for you and I. So, all right, maybe we can come back, see Spills. We move on with the hockey here and take a look at the Senators and the Canadians here. And you have another big road favorite. The Senators, I'm showing them up to $1.90, and the total 6.5 over 25. Let's see if there's any 6.5s out there at all. But yeah, there's definitely sixes and 6 overs and maybe even more 6.5 unders now. I think we'll be able to get either one. Mindy, what do you think, side or total?
Well, I mean, I like the Senators, but again, I don't know if I like the Senators at minus 190. So I was going to look at the total. I was going to take a look at, the under. Liked it better if it was, maybe 6.5, like it was, like what I saw in the send off, perhaps. But Senators are 3-0 the last 3. Allowed only 1 goal over those last 3 games here. Canadians 0-3 in their last 3, putting up, I don't know, 1.67 goals. I'm going to take the under here, Ramon.
Okay. Mindy will be on the under here. And, you definitely can get, I believe, 6.5 under 20, pretty wide, wide range of lines. I think,
Okay.
when you talk about 6 over 25, 6.5 under 25, you're almost dealing with the same line. And books will offer either or a lot of times, or one book will offer one and book will offer the other. So you can grade Mindy's play at a 6.5 under, whatever she would like, actually, I would think. Latifa on Ottawa here. Butterscotch wants to lay the puck line with Ottawa. Evan says it's a payback for the Canadians. And
Kind of what I think.
yeah, I'll take the Canadians. I'll take them on the puck line at minus $1.60 or so. You talked about it, not a great price. So I'll be against Latifa and Butterscotch a little bit here, taking him on the puck line. So Evan says, what about that? What about that last game between the two teams, Edmonton? And again, I don't know. I'm not saying throw the records out the window in Ottawa. I don't know what's up to that. Ottawa has won every game for the last 2 seasons, pretty much, against Montreal. So it has not been a good situation. It was 5-0 just 3 days ago. The game at Ottawa. So. All right. So Mindy is on the, you said under?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at these, these two teams right now, I mean, they are serious under teams, and Montreal's gone under in 8 of their last 10 games. Ottawa's gone under 8 of their last 10, and Montreal's a big time under when they're an underdog, 16-27 to the under. Ottawa, 9-16 to the under. It's just that the sharps seem to be on the over. It's bothering me a little bit. Can't figure out what's going on. All right, Capitals and the Blue Jackets here. The Capitals are about $2 on the road, and 6.5 under 15.
Yeah, another one I think is just been a little tough for me today here with this big money line. I think I'm going to go on the total here again because of that. Going to look at the under here as well. Both teams 1 and 3 over their last 4, so neither playing great. Each of them averaging about 2 goals apiece. So, man, I'm kind of hoping for maybe a 5 total, something like that. A 3-4 game. Under 4-1, the Capitals last 5, under 10-3, Blue Jackets last 14 there as well. Taking a look at the under.
Now, this was going to be a premium for me, so I'll make it our only play.
All right.
Here, Evan has the same problem with his keyboard that I do. The T always sticks. When I type in blue, it comes in Blue Jackies or.
I always had trouble capitalizing the J for whatever reason. I always get a lowercase J.
You'll see if you watch the show long enough. There have been several typos where it says like the Jets will be playing. It'll say JES. Okay, so there it is. Oh, see, I get it. Okay, I get it now. Evan says that's why he did it. See it. Joke's on me. It actually happened right there on screen. I didn't even realize that, you guys. That's so dumb. I was still look. Sometimes I miss the T, and I actually did miss the T. That was not planned.
That was good.
That was not planned. But now I get it why he did it. All right. So, Mindy, that was a premium for me on the under, and if you're on it, we're on it. This is our one play in college, in hockey today, out of the 3 games. That will be on the under in the Capitals and the Blue Jackets.
What did you pick for the Kings and the Hurricanes?
I'm sorry. We do have 2 games.
Okay,
we're on the over.
Right? Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah. I was like, did I just write it down without thinking there was another play?
No, we're on it. So we do have 2 plays there. So we've got Mindy's typing them in. We got 4 in the NBA. We've got 1 in college and 2 in hockey for 7 games today.
Did you want to go over that basketball game here real quick, or?
Okay, yeah. What did we have here?
Buffalo and Akron.
Okay. Akron at Buffalo. Gotcha. Get ready here while you type those in, and I'll type this game in. We can preview it.
I have to find it.
Yeah, well,
I found it.
Oh, okay. Akron at Buffalo. Akron's on the road here, -2, and the total is 146.5.
Well, I have Akron winning by like 1. So I'm going to take Buffalo here, plus the 2.5 points at home. Buffalo scoring 78.7 points at home, allowing 75. Akron, on the other hand, averaging about, 5 points less, but are playing a little bit better defense. But if I look at offensive and defensive numbers, they're pretty similar here in this matchup.
Yeah, Dave does like Akron because of their, he says they're on a roll, but I feel like Buffalo is playing well. And Mindy, I was going to use Buffalo as a premium, but let's put another play up here.
You sure?
Absolutely. I like Buffalo quite a bit today. Akron, they're starting to. They're just not covering any spreads. I mean, that's the problem. Akron, they've won 8 of their last 10. They're 12-0 as a favorite straight up this season, but they're just 6-6 against the spread as a favorite. So here they are again, a slight favorite. I like Buffalo, and Neil does as well. So I think pretty good game, a good request there. I would think in that one. So. No problem, C-Spill. Let's give us a little premium on that one, Mindy.
Right, I got it.
Consensus.
Consensus up to 8 plays now. So
Okay. Buffalo 6-2 against the spread at home, and like we said, Akron hot, but Buffalo still 8-2 straight up at home. So, John, thank you very much. And I did forget to say, I was going to say, I'd have to go back a little bit here, but I wanted to say, okay.
what's that?
I didn't know if Jeff Roblo was
Oh yeah,
if that was him or not.
it's our guy. Yeah.
If that was that is that you, Jeff?
Yeah. No, he needs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's who we think it is. How about that?
NHL Blue Jackets under 6.5 Kings over. I don't know, Evan. I'm liking what's going on here today. So just because we were making fun a little bit of that of our confidence level, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
like
it
all
makes
of
you
a
more
sudden really
confident, right?
excited about the
If
NBA.
you have the picks and then, suddenly everyone agrees, you're like, oh, well, maybe my picks were not so bad, right?
So there was the NHL. There's the NCAA. Take a look at Tony'sPicks.com. Well, Mindy gets our pro together. Here it comes. Head on over to our website, Tony'sPicks.com. I was 6-1 yesterday. Mindy, you got some packages already up. What do you got
Yeah.
going today?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of I have one play in the NHL that I'm going to go ahead and put in, but otherwise I got 2 in college basketball today, and I have 3 in the NBA. So after that, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put one in here for hockey. The chat room has convinced me. So
There I have a college basketball premium pass on the early games. A 3-pack there to get started. I'll have a little more today as well. Taking a look yesterday at my winners. There's that Alabama State Florida A&M game we both had. I also had the Pistons plus 8.5. That was an up and down. We talked about Luka's game, but boy, it just seems like the reason he's so by himself, right? I think everybody talks about that, but I mean, he's just there's not much help. Dinwiddie did kind of help them. That's why they ended up kind of winning the game. I mean, Luka was awesome, but Dinwiddie finally stepped up. They did not cover though, obviously. Warriors Thunder over. I had a push there. We talked about it, Blues and Jets. I had Oral Roberts. I laid 50.5 points. They won by 50. So that's what you want in a premium play. Also, Howard, I laid 10.5. They won by
yeah,
6.
I saw a couple big spreads there.
I think when you do these games like this, okay, that's what you want from a premium play. That's what you want from your
Yes,
hand.
no question, no doubt in mind.
And lost with the Sixers, though.
Boo.
All right. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages. And there's our NBA as well: Nuggets, Bulls, Knicks, and Cavs. Looks like Mindy will still use that Knicks money line, which is fair, Mindy, because we don't know what's going on. And
I put Knicks money line, but again, if it's over minus 150 odds, we'll just take the points.
Okay. All right.
Neil's
Thanks for better. Yeah, let's get it done here. Let's get back into a winning mode. So, all right. Thanks for everyone for joining the show, and appreciate everybody today. We'll catch you tomorrow with more morning steam. All right, Mindy. Good job to everyone in the chat as well.
Thanks so
Thank you
much
for your comments.
awesome.
I don't know. I didn't see how high the number got, but
we were like sitting at like right around 80, 79, 80
right.
most
Thanks
of the
to
time.
everybody. Thanks to everybody for that.
For these,
right.
Very small, hockey and NBA cards out there.
If you ever miss the show, head on over to the website. You can subscribe to these premium pick releases. And in case you missed the show, we do appreciate it if you do that. That does help Mindy and I. All right,
Evan at least kicks off his day, with the morning steam. So
you got 9 hours to 9 hours. You'll be good to go by tip off.
Right.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. From Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.